He's going to help a lot of guys, and potentially myself end up playing together.
Ken mentioned something along the line. Like you have a TV show called Rebuild being
Yeah.
done about the team. What's the players' reaction when you see that, and what kind of message?
I think it's not really hidden kind of where we're at as an organization. I don't think in terms of the rebuild and in terms of building the core for where we want to be as a winning group. But that being said, I think you see the pieces we had this year. Everyone gets a year older. Bring in some other younger guys that hopefully can contribute early and quickly. Everyone in the room doesn't have the mindset of this rebuild's going to take a long time. Everyone has the mindset that we have a lot of the right pieces in place now, and I think it's kind of what we're able to do with the guys we have right now, and I think the ceiling's pretty high. Not having a lot of expectations, but from the outside, but from within, there's a lot from us that we want to be able to contend this year, and we want to be able to compete and be in the hunt come the end of the year.
What's it like for a competitor to be in that kind of environment? Because for your case, was the first year of your career where you're in that type of context. So what's it like and how do you like
Yeah. It's tough being in a different situation like that. Coming into the league, being a part of a winning team, and with Stanley Cup aspirations every year, and then you come to a team that's at a different point in the regroup, in the rebuild, just in the stage of kind of where the organization's at. But for me, I'm always trying to push the pace for myself and for the group, and I think that bringing those expectations from Colorado to here and just knowing what it takes to win, I think is a big part of what I can bring to this team, and I think taking another step forward this year and kind of continuing to build that.
Do you think you guys have as a team to make the playoffs this year?
I think the league just continues to get more fast, and I think that's a big part of our team. Is we have speed up and down the lineup. I think we're a team that can skate with the best of teams in the league in terms of pace, and we're also big and strong, and we can also play that mean, gritty type of game. So I think we're very versatile. I think in terms of pace, we can really drive it against a lot of teams, which is exciting, and I think that kind of builds into the type of team we are in our brand.
Marty always talks about non-negotiables. You guys know what they are by now. There's not a lot of turnover within your roster. What standard are you setting for yourselves as players to follow the system, follow the structure, and make sure that you're pushing to a bigger goal every day?
Yeah, for sure. I think that's a big part of any team having non-negotiables and having guys that are bought in. And I think when you have, like you said, not a lot of turnover, hopefully we can kind of set that standard from game one this year, and not have to kind of ease into the standard we want to set night in and night out. And that's a big part of being a winning team. Having that standard early in the year and not kind of waiting to turn it on and being able to win games early that you could maybe lose if you slip a few of those details. So that's a standard we want to keep from day one, and I'm sure that's going to be the message from the coaching staff.
What would it change for the group to have a healthy Kirby Dach this year?
Yeah, it's huge. I think that was a big loss for us last year. Obviously, it's hard to overlook that. When you lose a guy for 80 games, that's supposed to be a large part of your team, and is brought in to be that guy. Can play in a lot of different situations, and obviously didn't get a lot of time to play with him last year, but early in the year was fun, even through preseason and a couple games there. So we're excited to have him back as a group, and I think just another piece that puts us in the right direction.
On the day that Patrick was traded here, he was asked if he wants to return to being a 30-goal scorer, and said he wants to put up 40 to 50. What do you think that says about him in terms of his confidence in himself?
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, he's proven he can be that guy, and I think be guys that can bring us there. And so I think if he's going to be that type of player for us, he's going to score. He only puts us in a better spot, and we're confident in him and excited to get it going with him this year. All right, thanks guys. Appreciate it. Yeah.
I know it's the coach decision, but what direction you prefer, center or winger?
Yeah, I can play either. I've played either, so I'll make the most of it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
To this. Oh.
Cole, it's kind of been the company line for management, ownership. We want to be in the mix this year. Do you think that bar as players is high enough, or are you guys aiming for a bigger standard, willing to put an expectation on yourselves that playoffs is where you're going?
I mean, we're all in this together, so I think games and be in those games. So yeah, for sure, everybody's all in this together, and that's the goal.
Kent mentioned something along the lines that it's not easy as an environment when you have a TV show. Then the sort of message it brings. Like, what's it like for players to be
I don't know. I thought it was pretty cool. Being able to watch and stuff, but I think we're moved on from last year. I think this is a new opportunity, a new challenge.
You feel like this team is good enough to make the playoffs as of this year?
What do you think it changed for the group to have a healthy Kirby Dach this year?
It's huge. I mean, obviously, when he's been playing, he's been really effective for us and been really good and had success. So, as long as I can continue for a whole season, I think it'll help us a lot.
Template really wanted to add a piece for the forward groups at the end of the season. He ended up getting Patrick Laine at the end. What does that do for the forward group?
I mean, going to add some skill, some goal scoring, and a little bit more depth to the top six. So very exciting, very fun to be around and practice so far, and that's fun to watch.
Does it feel like a reward for you guys for the work you've put in the last 2 years?
I mean, I don't really know how to explain it. I think, again, it's just a step in the right direction.
I know you felt like you were 100% ready for the season, but now, over a year removed from surgery, what's the difference in terms of the way you feel physically?
I think a full summer of training has been good. Working out and on the ice stuff has been good, and I feel great going into the season, and just pumped to get back.
when you hear management saying like the goal is to be in the mix and that kind of goal, is that good enough for players, or are you guys aiming higher than this, or like what's the reaction when you hear that?
I mean, I think we're just focused on the first game, and then after that we'll go to the next game. I don't think you can focus on the end goal right now, and just focusing on winning each day is I think where we're at.
Coach, but what would you tell him about what he can expect coming in here from Marty?
I mean, he's honest. He expects a lot from guys, and he's obviously fun to play. Playing within a structure and doing the things that the team needs you to do, and doing the job that you should be doing. So he's honest, and it's still a lot of fun.
Well, if you watched the games this weekend, what did you see out of Lane Hudson that maybe excites you about potentially him joining the team? I know you played a couple games last year, but
I mean, other than him having the puck a lot, to create chances out of nothing is special, and just looking forward to what's next.
Do you know Roger Grillo at all through like USA Hockey?
Not much. I got to meet him this past week, and I just heard nothing but great things.
This might seem like a stupid question, but it's my first one. But it's like to what extent are you guys like the level of patience with losing and thinking of a process and a build and everything? You mentioned on a night-to-night basis or a day-to-day basis. That's the space you guys live in. But there is a greater plan going on around you. Are you, have you kind of difference in the two perspectives?
I mean, it's for sure something you remember every feeling every season, but again, we're all in this together. I think everybody's pulling in the same direction every year. You get older, you get better, and I think we're trending in the right direction. And goals are one thing, but just doing it every day is kind of more important for us right now.
what are the elements to you that you believe equip your team to make the playoffs this year?
I think we're really never out of it. I don't think we're relentless. We do a lot of things that we can do each and every night. I think we keep coming. 4 lines that have a lot of energy, and we play as a group of 5 and not individuals, which is special too. So I like where we're headed, and I'm really excited for this year.
Cole, Uriah Slavkovsky shows a lot of improvement last year. What is the next step for him in your opinion?
Just to continue off that, I mean, I think how he ended last year is how he should start this year, and obviously every year you get older, more experience. So I think he expects a lot of him from himself, and we do the same this year too.
Cole, what's impressed you most about the way Jeff Corton's taken on this rebuild process, and what gives you confidence that they're on the right path?
I think everybody in this organization just goes about their business humbly and just does their job. So I think from the top to the bottom, everybody's doing their job, and it's obviously exciting times around here. But I love what he's been doing, love what they've been all doing, and we're just trying to do our job on the ice.
Cole, you did something very meaningful, obviously changing your number to honor Johnny Gaudreau's memory. How much are you drawing inspiration from what he did as a person, as a player, to take into this season and bring yourself to another level?
Yeah, obviously he was a special person in my life and many people around the hockey world. So it's pretty special for me, and just to carry on his legacy and see how many lives he changed and how many people he impacted is pretty special. So I'm just going to try and honor him through doing things like that.
How well did you know him? How closely did you know him? Was it more from the outside, or did you?
I think everybody knows him from the outside, and then I got to obviously play with him this past summer and be around him a lot. So just a really special person and somebody that I think a lot of people look up to.
Did you contact Meredith before you did that? Have you seen her reaction on the internet? She was very touched by your gesture.
Yeah.
Have you talked to her first, or it was like?
Yeah. Good. Thanks, guys.
Bonjour.
Hey Nick, Mr. Molson finished his statement by saying we'll do everything to be in the mix. So that's the phrase this tournament. How the captain see the next season being in the mix means victories numbers, means points.
Yeah, I know they've been saying that a lot recently. So, for us, it just means, battling for a playoff spot right to the very end. I think as players, we want to make the playoffs this year, obviously, get back to where we used to be. And, it's up to us to get those wins and get those points and, put ourselves in position to make the playoffs at the end of the regular season.
What are the elements do you think you guys have at your disposal to do that?
I think we have a ton of elements. I think our forward group is super deep from top to bottom. I think, we're going to surprise a lot of people in that way that are going to make big strides. And obviously with, Math and Savard doing their thing, there's a lot of optimism in the group. And I think, we're in a really good position right now, and I'm really excited to get the season going.
What about the cohesion of your group just with so little turnover? I know Patrick's here, I know Kirby's coming back, but the fact that you guys have that familiarity with what's being asked of you and being able to execute on the ice, how much optimism is that?
I think it makes a huge difference. I mean, going into a season where guys know the systems, know the expectations, know what to do out there, it's way easier on us and the coaches to have that built in already. So, I think it's going to make our transition into the regular season super easy and get off to a good start.
Nick, it was a couple of years ago at this tournament when you were named captain. How have your leadership abilities, or how have you grown as a leader the most maybe since that day?
Probably just my comfortability speaking to the guys, away from the rink, at the rink, being a leader vocally. Obviously, I was pretty young when I got named captain. I'm still young and learning, and it's just getting easier each and every year, and getting the respect and so far. And I'm excited for another year of it, and getting better in that role.
You guys players are tired of doing this all last season, most of the season. How does it help the team knowing that you're going to have a two-goalie system?
I mean, that's probably a question more for them. We were comfortable with whatever goalie was in net, so it doesn't really change too much. So, I think Monty and Primes are feeling good. They've looked good on the ice, and they'll get a lot more play.
Do you feel like, what's the reaction? Does it feel like a reward or some satisfaction?
I don't think it feels like a reward. I mean, it's exciting to get a player like that. With his pedigree of heading into camp, and we didn't make too many moves over the summer, so add in a piece like that, it's exciting for the group, and makes us feel good heading into camp.
Nick, I imagine you might be getting tired of hearing the word. Like, I know you guys want to make the playoffs, right? What message do you give to the players concerning you want to make the playoffs, but also understanding what management is trying to do?
Yeah, it's you definitely have to try to find a balance. As a competitive guy, I don't want to be sellers at the deadline. It's been tough to be in that position the last couple of years, and you want to win as many games as possible, but management might see it a different way, and try to make moves for the team for the future. So, for us players, it's about focusing on the present. We can't really control what's going to happen and what their mindset is. So, just take it day by day and win as many games as possible.
A couple years ago, Jeff Gordon said the P word, playoffs. He didn't want to say the word playoffs. Now you're in the mix. That's the quote of it.
Yeah, I know they don't want to set high expectations, but their job is to stay kind of even keeled and see what happens with the team. But for us, and all the players want to be in that. Our job to go out there and do it, and I think we got the team to do that.
Nick, you've always been able to look at things from like a management perspective, probably more so than most players. I think you like doing that. See where this team, where it's come from since Jeff and Cam arrived. Like, what phase of the process do you think you guys are in right now?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think the last couple seasons we've obviously haven't won too many games, which given us high draft picks. We've traded guys at deadlines and got us more draft picks and prospects. And, I think in that way we're pretty fully stocked in prospects and picks. So, I think the position that we're in now, we're really trying to make the playoffs and show what kind of team we are. And I think we're I think, being slept on pretty hard right now. So, I like that position. I think, the guys are fueled by that, and I think everyone's ready to go. We've looked really good on the ice in practice, so I'm excited to get those games going.
Kind of like it when people predict that you'll finish like when you see like bad predictions for your team, you seem to enjoy that.
Yeah. I don't really understand why, but obviously we haven't done it in a few years, so there's that, and our division's really good. But we show that we can play with the best teams in the league, and I don't see that changing anytime soon.
Do you like that underdog status?
Yeah, I think I've thrived in that before. So, when we made a run to the final, no one saw that coming, and we just believed in ourselves as a group, and that's really what it takes in this league, to have that belief in each other and belief in what you're doing is going to win you games. So, I think we have that in our room.
Nick, how has Marty helped you the most as a player since he took over as coach, and just your thoughts on him taking over the power play this season?
Yeah, he's helped me in so many different areas. The way he sees the game, is the way I like to play it, and he puts us in a position to succeed every time. And with the power play, I think he's going to do a good job. Obviously, he's had a lot of success as a player doing it, and the way he sees things happening on the power play and where you can take advantage of other teams on the penalty kill. So, he's been a big help to me, and a lot of other guys would probably say the same thing.
Nick, you looked at Logan Mailloux, Lane Hudson, and the potential NHL timeline. Just what you've seen over the last few weeks in their play and where they're at.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they both look good. Got to skate with them a couple times right at the end of the summer, and watch them play the last couple of days. So they're really good, both really good players, have a lot of talent. It's defense and is a little bit harder to make the NHL than a forward, but they've shown obviously that they can produce and at high levels and play big minutes. So I'm excited to see them at camp. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's obviously a couple D that I'm sure he looks up to. He reminds me a lot of Quinn Hughes, just the way he skates, walks the blue line. Obviously, Quinn's an amazing player, and I'm sure Lane wants to be something like him. So it's impressive. He makes a lot of really nice plays, sees the ice really well. So we'll see how he does at camp. Oh.
On a personal basis, your last season was pretty good offensively. Do you think you have more offensively for this coming season? Or?
Yeah.
Which terms? Talk a little bit more? Or?
Sure. I feel really good. Had a great summer of training. I feel really good on the ice, and as our team gets better, I think it's just going to help me. So I'm excited.
Nick, what's your best advice to Line A coming into Montreal and dealing with everything that comes with the game in this?
Yeah.
Around town and all that kind of stuff?
I think he's pretty used to it. And I mean, he's been a big name for a long time. Obviously big in just his demeanor. He's got the perfect demeanor for it. He's pretty relaxed, really laid back. I don't think it'll really get to his head too much.
Nick, last question, please. Would it change your move on the LB Kirby Dach this year?
Yeah, it would help us a ton. Obviously, he's an amazing player. Another good centerman for us, and really well and play big minutes and play against teams top lines. And he's looked really good on the skates that we've done together. And I know he's excited to be back with the guys and show what he can do.
Are you just saying that because?
Hi, Kirby. Good job.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, how are you guys doing?
After seeing almost all the season on the bench last year, how much it's exciting for you to come back healthy today and to be ready to play the next season?
Yeah, it was a long year last year. I feel good health-wise, body-wise. I felt like I was ready to kind of play games at the end of last year, even if I wasn't really medically cleared to. So had a good summer and just kind of coming into camp, trying to almost reprove myself or show that I can be an impact player on this team and hopefully help us win some games and get into meaningful games down the stretch. I'm excited. It's been a long time. It's been a long time since I played a meaningful game. It's nice to be back here and be around the guys and the camaraderie and hanging out with them away from the rink and seeing them at the rink. So it's exciting feeling being back, and I'm just kind of itching at camp to start.
How about the evolution of your roster since you've been, you barely got to play with Alex, Patrick's out of the group?
Yeah, it's exciting. I think it's nice to have options and to see potentially where you could slot in and play. And obviously it's going to be nice for the coaches and management to have those options to switch things up if things aren't working or keep things going if they are working. So as a group, we know we want to accomplish this season, and we just got to go and put the work in throughout training camp and have a good preseason and start off the year good.
Kirby,
I think spending a lot of time with the coaches doing video, it's more about staying in the loop than anything. I think you're still watching and learning the systems and seeing what they're implementing and seeing how they want us to play, and watching from above and from afar kind of gives you a different aspect on the game. So hopefully I can take those lessons that I did learn and translate them into my game.
What did you learn about the team from that perspective that gives you confidence that you guys can make the playoffs this year?
I think we play a good team game. I don't think there's a lot of other teams that play the game the way we do with the puck and how good we can transition. And I mean, everybody's a year older, a little bit more mature. They got a little more experience, and then we had Patty Laine, who's honestly, it's one of the best shots I've ever seen in his release, and it's definitely going to add a little more skill and talent up front, and hopefully we just kind of continue to take steps and get into those meaningful games down the stretch and get there eventually.
How did you find out about the Laine trade, and what was your initial reaction when you heard?
I found out through social media. Obviously, you read things and hear things, and you never know what's true until it's kind of announced. So, but it's exciting to get a guy like that who's got a world-class shot and world-class skill we have building here. So it's exciting to have him. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Is there a party that'd like to go up in the press box and throw out that seat that you've been sitting on?
No, not at all. I mean, everything happens for a reason. So. It was good for me to learn different things last year and to see the game in a different light. So obviously, knock on wood, everybody kind of stays healthy and has a good year, but it's just kind of part of the game.
Do you feel 100%? Do you feel anything now, or you feel 100%?
No, I feel 100%. I kind of said it earlier that I felt like I was ready to play games at the end of last year and felt confident in it. Have no real issues.
Everybody's been talking.
Now, well, you said you've watched videos, you've talked to coaches, you've watched the games. Can you still grow despite missing a season, or does it feel like a lost season?
No, I feel like I grew as a player last year, even though maybe I didn't play all the games and dealt with injury issues. But I think you can grow in different aspects and how you think it and how they want us to play.
That hit where you were injured, Kirby, I mean, it's sort of a bizarre sort of play. What was your reaction when they first told you how serious the injury was?
Yeah, it's kind of a weird play. It's kind of half my fault the way I played it. I thought I was a little closer to the glass, so I went to kind of jump into him to just kind of bounce off the glass and wasn't really there yet. And I kind of felt it right away, to be honest with you, and then was walking around on it, and I found out the next day after I had a couple scans and x-rays done on it. And I didn't think it was going to be the whole season gone, but I definitely knew I was going to miss some time. But there wasn't a ton of pain with it right away or anything. It was just more like a weird feeling is the best I could really describe it.
Kirby, you look at the start of this season in terms of your level of preference of playing at center, playing at the wing. Where did you find
I feel like I've always kind of been a centerman, and it's kind of feel like where I play the best is where I can carry the puck through the neutral zone and zone and create plays off entries and stuff like that. So, but at the end of the day, we got a lot of talent up front now, and I'm kind of happy just to play wherever Marty and the coaches think I should be playing.
Was there a specific teammate or somebody who helped you get through the emotional part of not being able to play for a full year?
I think everybody played a pretty huge part. I mean, in the rink, and especially David Savard. He was kind of hurt right at the start of the year too, so him and I were hanging out quite a bit, and then Devo later in the year we were kind of together, which was nice. But yeah, I think the whole team kind of helped me out with that aspect, and I had a lot of support from family and friends back home too. That was nice. My mom actually came and lived with me for like three, 4. Move around, get groceries, and get all the easy stuff that was a little bit more difficult to do.
How important is your expectations towards you, given the fact that everybody's been talking about how different it would have been if you were healthy last year?
No. I think the biggest expectations or pressure that's going to come from anything is going to be from myself to perform, and I know that I got a good support system. We're all one big family here, and we're going to help each other do everything we can to win games and get into the playoffs.
Thanks, Kirby.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Kirby.
beaucoup de gars qui sont à leur 3e, 4e saison dans l'équipe. Là, on sait c'est quoi jouer dans la Ligue nationale. Comme vétéran, est-ce que ça te fait plaisir d'entendre ça? Est-ce que tu penses que vous êtes rendu?
Oui, non, je pense que c'est. On est rendu là. Les gars ont pris de l'expérience. Ils ont rendu à cette étape-là. On veut jouer des games qui vont dire quelque chose en fin de saison. On veut essayer de pousser pour les séries. Puis ça commence avec le camp d'entraînement. Aller une game à la fois. Il ne faut pas voir trop loin, mais en même temps, je pense qu'on est rendu là. Je pense qu'on a compétitionné dans pas mal tous les matchs l'an passé. Là, on veut essayer de les gagner puis, le plus possible. Puis,
Tu les as vus arriver, tu les as chaperonnés même un peu dans certains cas. Qu'est-ce qui te fait croire que collectivement vous êtes prêts à passer à une autre étape?
je pense qu'ils ont continué d'apprendre. C'est ça. Je pense qu'il y a une courbe d'amélioration à chaque match. C'est ce qui fait qu'on est aussi positif, on est aussi content de les voir aller. Je pense que quand tu vois à quel point le Game 1 qu'ils ont joué dans les nationales à où ils sont en ce moment, c'est un autre niveau. Donc, je pense qu'ils vont juste continuer de s'améliorer. Tu connais de plus en plus les joueurs que tu joues contre. Je pense que c'est une grosse partie aussi. Tu viens avec les tendances, des choses comme ça. Puis, comme je dis, je pense que c'est un groupe qui est prêt à apprendre. Il n'y a aucun jeune là-dedans qui se prend pour un autre. Je pense que c'est tout du monde. On a un groupe qui veut s'améliorer. On travaille ensemble pour s'améliorer. Puis tout le monde a une bonne attitude. Puis je pense qu'on a vu ce que ça a fait dans les 2 dernières années. Je pense que les gars ont pris des huge steps. Puis on va juste continuer d'aller dans cette direction-là.
Quand tu regardes les jeunes défenseurs comme Lynn Hudson, Devin Mailloux, David Reinbacker, comment ils ont joué en fin de semaine, le vétéran à toi, est-ce qu'il est excité?
Oui, vraiment. Je pense que le fait d'amener des jeunes comme ça pousse les gars à continuer de se dépasser. Puis c'est des jeunes qui arrivent avec un background différent aussi. Tout le monde arrive avec un background différent. Puis de voir l'excitation autour de ces gars-là, de voir jouer sur la patinoire, c'est des joueurs pleins de talent. Puis je pense qu'ils vont se battre pour des camps, des postes au camp. Puis il y en a qui vont faire l'équipe, il y en a qui ça fait partie de la business. Puis c'est le fun de voir à quel point ils sont arrivés prêts. Puis c'est excitant de voir ce qu'ils vont être capables de faire pendant le camp puis pendant la saison. Là.
David, ça fait plusieurs années que les attentes sont très basses autour de l'équipe. Ken mentionnait tantôt qu'il y a même un documentaire qui s'appelle Rebuild qui est fait autour de l'équipe. Qu'est-ce que ça crée comme mindset? Est-ce qu'il y a un risque que ce mindset-là reste trop longtemps autour de l'équipe?
Personnellement, je pense pas. Je pense que toutes les bonnes organisations ont eu besoin de passer par là. Ça fait partie de reconstruire une équipe qui va être solide pendant des années. C'est d'aller rechercher des choix au repêchage, d'aller faire des échanges qui vont aller chercher des gars qui sont qui un peu. Puis, tu sais, je pense que, comme j'ai dit, on a compétitionné beaucoup l'an passé contre les meilleures équipes. On n'est pas tout le temps sorti du bon côté, mais ça fait partie aussi de l'apprentissage. Puis, tu sais, je pense pas. Je pense que top to bottom, il n'y a personne qui peut rester au fin fond du classement. Notre but, c'est de remonter la côte. Puis, on sait que c'est pas un travail facile, mais je pense que les jeunes sont prêts à mettre le travail, à mettre les efforts pour remonter. Puis, je pense, comme j'ai dit, on s'améliore à chaque jour. On continue d'avoir cette vision-là de pouvoir s'améliorer puis de devenir quelque chose qui va être excellent pour des années. Là.
David, what excites you most about possibly having Lane Hudson as a partner, and how can you help him, and how can he help you? In fact, that's happening.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happened at camp, but obviously got the chance to play a couple of games with him last year, and you know, I think we see what he can do on the ice. His talent he's phenomenal skater. You know, his vision is above what we've seen in the past. You know, he'll be elite in this league for sure, and you know, it's exciting for me to be able to watch him and maybe play with him. And you know, I think obviously just being a veteran, I'll just try to make sure he feels comfortable. If he has anything going on, any question, you know, we always open to question or anything to help him out and make him feel at home on the ice and off the ice too. You know, it's a big transition for him, obviously, to turning pro and coming in a big city like Montreal. And, you know, a lot of media and stuff, you know, it might be a little different, but, you know, we just got to help him out trying to navigate all this and become a good pro. And if he does that, I think he'll dominate the game. And, you know, he's really fun to watch for sure.
Talking with him on the weekend, he said one of the things that impressed him most about you is your competitiveness. What do you think when you hear a young guy say that about you?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be here if I didn't compete. You know, I'm not the normal hockey player in a way, you know, but, you know, I just try to make sure I compete and stay around, you know. And if I didn't do that as a young guy, I wouldn't be here, wouldn't play in the NHL. So I think it's something you got to have in you. If you're not ready to compete against the best players and up to the challenge, you're not going to last too long.
Kirby vient de dire qu'il était un de ceux qui l'avait aidé à traverser la dernière saison. Premièrement, comment est-ce que tu l'as aidé à faire ça? Puis deuxièmement, qu'est-ce qu'un Kirby Dach en santé amène à ce gars qui change dans la dynamique?
Je pense que pour nous, ça va être gros de le revoir. C'est un gars qui nous a manqué beaucoup l'an passé, d'avoir un peu ce one-two punch-là. On sait qu'on avait une grosse ligne, mais de ramener un Kirby, ça va nous faire du bien. Puis, je pense que c'était juste d'être là, de parler, de tout le temps jaser avec. Quand j'ai été blessé, on a passé plusieurs soirées ensemble aussi à regarder les matchs, des choses comme ça. C'est sûr que c'est une saison difficile pour lui quand tu te ramasses à être seul. Beaucoup de soirées à la maison quand l'équipe est sur la route, des choses comme ça, tu vois moins les gars. Pour un jeune comme ça peut être extrêmement difficile. Puis je pense qu'on a juste essayé de le garder sur la bonne voie mentalement. Je pense que c'est surtout ça. On savait qu'il allait revenir fort puis qu'il allait s'entraîner fort. Ça, c'était pas un problème. Souvent, c'est juste le côté solitude qui peut être long quand tu te ramasses comme ça. Puis je pense que l'équipe a fait une bonne job aussi de le laisser retourner à la maison un peu puis essayer de gérer un peu ce long stretch-là. Tu fais qu'elle allait être out pendant un bon bout. Là.
Dernière question.
Chez les vétérans, qu'est-ce que c'est de voir ça, même chez les recrues, puis à quel point, justement, cette culture-là, d'être là les uns pour les autres, peut vous aider à atteindre un autre step cette année?
Ouais, je pense que c'est énorme pour l'organisation. Je pense que ça trickle down d'un bout à l'autre. Je pense que ça part du management, des coachs qui sont très amicaux avec les joueurs aussi. Je pense que tout le monde a une belle relation. Il y a beaucoup de monde qui passe l'été à Montréal. Les gars sont in and out. Je pense que ça fait partie de tout ça. Je pense qu'on voit beaucoup les jeunes aussi dans le gym. On leur parle. Comme je dis, je pense que c'est vraiment un esprit familial, puis c'est ce qu'on veut essayer de construire. Je pense que tout le monde est là pour pousser dans la même direction. Puis je pense que c'est ce qu'ils ont démontré en fin de semaine, encore une fois, que peu importe, dès que tu représentes l'organisation, on fait partie de la famille. Puis on se protège, on est ensemble, puis on s'en va vers gagner une Coupe cette année. C'est ça notre but. Puis tout le monde travaille pour l'organisation, c'est ça le but.
Merci David. Merci les boys. C'est terminé pour la Disco Média aujourd'hui.
Merci Chantal.